Have you ever felt like you're standing on the edge of something incredible, but you can't quite leap? Maybe you've been restless, questioning everything you once believed, or noticing relationships and routines that no longer fit. What if these uneasy feelings aren't obstacles, but the universe knocking on your door, inviting you to step into the most powerful, rewarding chapter of your life? In this video, you'll discover 7 unmistakable signs that you're on the brink of a profound transformation, from that nagging inner disconnect to a surge of intuitive clarity that guides your every step. Stay with us until the end, and you'll learn how to decode your discomfort and see it as the spark of your greatest breakthrough. Let go of what's holding you back, clearing space for new dreams and deeper connections. Harness your intuition to make decisions that align with your true purpose. Break free from toxic patterns so you can attract relationships that uplift and inspire. Ignite your passion for growth, turning curiosity into unstoppable momentum. By the final moment, you'll not only recognize these 7 signs in your journey, you'll have a clear roadmap to embrace them, transform your mindset, and reclaim the life you were always meant to live. Ready to answer the call? Let's dive in. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please click the subscribe button and ring the notification bell to stay updated on all our latest content. Sign none. You begin questioning everything you thought you knew about life. Have you noticed how lately those once comforting certainties seem to tremble beneath your feet? If you've found yourself late at night staring into the darkness and wondering, who am I really? Or what have I been chasing all this time? Trust me, it isn't a random flicker of doubt. Something profound is stirring inside you, a quiet but insistent voice demanding that you reevaluate every belief, every value, every goal that once felt unshakable. I've been there myself, feeling that exhilarating itch in my chest, equal parts thrilling and terrifying, as the familiar mental scaffolding I'd built over the years began to crack and splinter. Yes, the unease is real, and yes, it hurts. But I've come to believe that this discomfort is sacred, a fierce blessing disguised as chaos. It means the universe is handing you the key to a door you never knew existed, one that leads to a life far richer, more authentic, and more wildly you than anything you've tried before. Those soul-piercing questions. Am I honoring my true purpose? What if everything I've relied on has been holding me back? Isn't empty self-indulgence. They're the portals to your next evolution. Stepping through these portals feels disorienting at first. Suddenly, the world takes on a strange, unfamiliar hue. Patterns that once felt stable collapse into dust, and in that unsettling collapse, something beautiful is born, the raw, unvarnished essence of your true self. It's a spiritual spring-cleaning one that strips away the masks, the worn-out expectations, and the lies you've told yourself for so long. And even when it feels like your life is unraveling, know that you're not losing your way. You're breaking free. In my experience, this internal upheaval is like uprooting weeds to make space for the most vibrant flowers to bloom. You'll sense a trembling excitement mingled with fear, an unmistakable signal that your intuition is expanding, dissolving the walls that once confined you. Embrace it. Let go of the comfort zones, the old pains, the illusion of control. On the other side of this sacred dismantling, you'll discover a version of yourself, more resilient, more alive, and more in tune with your soul's deepest calling than you ever dared to imagine. Sign 2. You begin to feel a growing disconnection from your past. Have you ever caught yourself drifting through a familiar daily to realize that nothing feels quite the same? Those once vibrant hobbies, conversations, and routines that used to ignite your spirit now leave you feeling empty, as if you're watching your life from behind a pane of glass. I've walked this path myself, and let me tell you, it can feel both terrifying and strangely liberating. That gentle tug of disconnection isn't a glitch in your mood, it's a soulful whisper, urging you onward. At first, the shift is almost imperceptible. You don't notice it in a single dramatic moment, but rather in the slow, quiet fading of your enthusiasm. The coffee shop where you used to feel energized now feels dull. The friends you once laughed with seem to inhabit a different world. Even your go-to playlists, the ones that once scored your happiest memories, now sound hollow. It's as though you're shedding an old skin moment by delicate moment. This isn't just a mood swing or a passing phase. It's the universe gently clearing space for your next chapter. It's as though your soul is whispering, you've outgrown this. You're meant for more. And while that realization can trigger sorrow or mourning for the person you once were, it's also profoundly hopeful. Yes, letting go of the familiar cuts deep. I remember the ache of watching cherished routines unravel, feeling like I'd lost my anchor. But with each frayed thread came a new sense of possibility, a seed of excitement that something extraordinary was unfolding beneath the surface. Imagine a forest. After a fire, the old trees lie fallen, and in the ashes, tender shoots of new life begin to emerge. That's exactly what this disconnection feels like. Each fading interest, each relationship that drifts away is a clearing opened in your heart, ready to receive a richer, more authentic you. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons helpful, please comment number 1 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. This process isn't about abandoning your past or erasing the person you were. It's about lovingly releasing what has run its course so your true self can stand tall in the sunlight. Yes, the ground may feel unsteady. You may question, where do I go now? But trust that beneath your feet, life is stirring. A deeper purpose, a brighter passion, a fuller expression of who you are is quietly taking root. Embrace this sacred disconnection. Feel the bittersweet ache, welcome the soft detachment, and know that with each release, you're making space for rebirth. In that fertile void lies your next great adventure, one that resonates with the person you're becoming, not the person you once were. Sign 3. You find yourself questioning what you once thought was important. Have you ever paused mid-thought and realized that the ambitions you've chased for years climbing that career ladder, amassing more likes, or fitting into a mold you thought was ideal feels suddenly hollow and distant, I've felt that bewildering shift myself the moment when your heart whispers, "Is this really why I'm here?" It's as though your life's focus lens has been recalibrated overnight, transforming what once seemed monumental into mere dust in the wind. When material goals, other people's expectations, and social milestones lose their grip on your spirit, it can catch you off guard and stir up a swirl of emotions. There's relief, yes, in releasing the pressure to measure up. But there's also fear. Fear of the unknown, fear of disappointing others, fear of admitting you were striving after illusions. And yet, in that tender tension between relief and fear, a profound awakening is born. You begin to sense a deeper calling, a yearning to align every choice, every ambition with the quiet truth that pulses in your soul. I believe this kind of inner questioning is one of life's greatest gifts. It forces you to sift through the noise and ask the brave questions. What kind of legacy do I want to leave? Which experiences will truly fill my heart? Who am I beyond the roles I've played? These questions can feel unsettling, even painful, as they dismantle the comfortable narratives you've lived by. But they also light a spark of possibility. In that fertile unknown, when you no longer know which way to turn, you open yourself to genuine transformation. As you navigate this landscape of self-inquiry, you'll notice new dreams emerging in the clearings left by old ones. You'll crave experiences that nourish your soul, deep conversations under starlit skies, creative pursuits that set your heart ablaze, moments of stillness that remind you who you are at your core. Relationships will shift too. You'll gravitate toward people who honor your evolving values and gently release those who cling to outdated versions of you. This profound reevaluation of purpose is not a detour. It's the most direct route to living a life that truly matters. Embrace the uncertainty. Cherish the questions. For in asking them, you are charting a course toward a reality where your deepest longings become your guiding compass, and where real success is measured not by trophies or titles, but by the authenticity, joy, and connection you cultivate along the way. Sign 4. You feel more connected to your intuition than ever before. Have you noticed a subtle yet undeniable shift in the way your heart guides your footsteps? Lately, you may find that decisions which once felt overwhelming now arrive with surprising clarity, as if a gentle, wise companion has taken residence inside you, whispering the next right move. I've experienced this myself, that thrilling moment when your inner compass clicks into place and life's swirling uncertainty suddenly feels like a navigable map. Intuition isn't just a vague notion. It's that visceral aha in your gut, the quiet knowing that defies spreadsheets and logic. It's the soft but insistent nudge that steers you away from toxic situations or toward opportunities that ignite your soul. Maybe you've felt a sudden rush of calm wash over you during a crisis, guiding you to speak the words that lighten the tension. Or perhaps you've trusted a fleeting hunch an inexplicable pull toward a particular person or project and found that it bloomed into something profoundly meaningful. In my own journey, learning to honor these whispers of wisdom required courage. Early on, I dismissed those intuitive flashes as wishful thinking or coincidence. But each time I acted on them and watched the universe respond with synchronicities, I felt an electric thrill. This is real, my heart seemed to say. Gradually, I came to see that intuition is not a mysterious gimmick, but the truest expression of our inner knowing, a direct line to our deepest purpose. To cultivate this gift, begin by creating moments of stillness. Listen for that faint inner voice amid the daily rush. Notice the subtle sensations in your body, a flutter of excitement, a gentle tightening in your chest when you consider a choice. Write down these impressions. Celebrate them when they prove accurate. Over time, this practice strengthens your trust, and what once felt like guesswork transforms into heartfelt certainty. As your intuitive awareness blossoms, you'll find that life's puzzles start to assemble themselves. The doors you hadn't even knocked on opened effortlessly. Relationships that resonate with your true frequency appear almost as if drawn by a magnetic pull. You'll make decisions not from fear or obligation, but from a deep, unshakable alignment with who you are. And in that sacred space of inner guidance, you'll discover a profound peace, the joy of knowing you are exactly where you need to be, doing exactly what your soul was meant to do. Sign 5. You feel a deep craving for personal growth and expansion. Have you ever felt an almost aching hunger in your chest? A burning, insistent pull that whispers, there's more to discover, more to become. I know that feeling well. It's as if your soul has been handed a compass pointing toward horizons you once buried beneath routine and comfort. Suddenly, the familiar road map of your life feels too small, too worn out, and you're compelled to pack up the old landmarks and strike out into uncharted territory. This isn't a casual curiosity. It's a fierce, heart-racing thirst for self-discovery. You find yourself devouring books at lightning speed, enrolling in courses that stretch your mind, and diving headfirst into conversations that challenge every assumption you've held dear. I've spent countless nights with my notebook open, scribbling down ideas that once terrified me. Questions like, what hidden passions have I been neglecting? And which fears have been quietly steering my choices? Because I refused to settle for the version of myself I thought was good enough. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons helpful, please comment number 2 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. That insatiable urge to grow becomes more than a pursuit. It becomes a vital pulse running through every aspect of your life. Where you once followed a clear, predictable path, now you feel the exhilarating tremor of possibility doors crack open to new directions, and every crossroads whispers opportunity. Personal growth shifts from being a mere option to an undeniable necessity, like oxygen to your spirit. You can almost taste the transformation in the air, thrilling and terrifying in equal measure. In my own journey, embracing this hunger meant letting go of old comforts, the safety of familiar roles, the validation of outdated achievements. But with each step into the unknown, I discovered dimensions of myself I never imagined: a fierce well of courage, a boundless capacity for creativity, and a resilient spark of joy that lights up my days. This journey doesn't just reshape your outer world, it rewires your inner landscape, revealing strengths you never knew you had and dreams you once thought impossible. So lean into that craving. Let it guide you toward experiences that stretch your heart and mind. Because on the other side of this bold pursuit lies a version of you who is more alive, more authentic, and more magnificently whole than you've ever been. Sign 6. You feel an intense desire to break free from toxic relationships and situations. Have you ever sensed a tightening in your chest at the thought of returning to a relationship or environment that once felt like refuge but now feels like chains? I've been there too, waking to the heavy realization that the people I'd held closest and the routines I'd once clung to were quietly suffocating me. The jokes that used to bring laughter now cut deeper than knives, and the comfort of familiarity became a weight too heavy to bear. This awakening is both heartbreaking and liberating. It's the moment you see those behaviors you once excused out of loyalty. The environments you once tolerated out of habit are dragging you away from who you're becoming. It doesn't matter how long you've known someone or how much history binds you. If it steals your joy, if it tethers you to pain, you don't owe it another second. I remember the gut-wrenching mix of guilt and relief the first time I truly honored that truth guilt, for the loyalty I feared breaking, relief for the freedom I dared to reclaim. Choosing to walk away from toxic energy isn't an act of cruelty or bitterness. It's the most profound act of self-love I have ever known. It's telling yourself, my peace matters, my growth matters, my light matters. And yes, stepping into the unknown is scary. The questions swirl. Who will I be without this? What if I regret it? But what I've learned is that the discomfort of staying in a place that no longer fits you is far worse than the fear of what lies ahead. As you release these draining ties, a beautiful alchemy occurs. Your heart unclenches. You begin to notice people and opportunities that vibrate at your new frequency, friends who celebrate your transformation, mentors who respect your boundaries, experiences that ignite your soul. These are the connections that uplift you, inspire you, and fuel your purpose. In choosing yourself over toxicity, you set off a powerful ripple. You honor your worth, protect your energy, and open the door to relationships and environments that truly nourish your spirit. And that, my friend, is the truest act of self-respect, a conscious step into the freedom, joy, and authenticity you were always meant to live. Sign 7. You experience a powerful disconnection from everything that no longer serves you. Have you ever walked into a room that once overflowed with warmth, only to find it suddenly feels achingly cold and alien? I remember the first time it happened to me. The laughter that once echoed off the walls felt distant, like a melody from someone else's life. It was as if a veil lifted, revealing that the rituals, relationships, and routines I'd clung to for comfort were now whispering, "You've outgrown me." This profound disconnection isn't a betrayal of your past, it's a loving acknowledgement of your growth. When you step into a new phase of life, you begin to see with fresh eyes. The friendships that once lit you up may now drain your energy. The hobbies that once sparked joy might now echo with emptiness. Even places that once felt like home can strike a discordant note. At first, this shift brings a swirl of confusion and nostalgia, a hollow ache that tugs at your heart. Why don't I feel the same delight anymore, you might wonder, but beneath that tension lies an exhilarating breeze of freedom. It's like stepping out of a stifling cocoon into open air for the first time. You start to notice the subtle ways your soul is realigning. Old fears loosen their grip, habitual worries fade into the background, and the relentless chatter of self-doubt quiets. In that sacred silence, you feel an undercurrent of peace, an unspoken promise that something more resonant is taking root. Allow yourself to honor this disconnection. Feel the bittersweet pangs of letting go, but don't mistake them for loss. You're not abandoning your story. You're shedding the costume so your authentic self can stand in the spotlight. With each layer that falls away, you carve out space for fresh dreams, new connections, and passions that vibrate at your evolved frequency. In my journey, embracing this sign meant trusting that the unsteady ground beneath me was fertile soil. And indeed, as I released the old, I discovered a deeper sense of purpose, richer relationships and experiences so aligned with my heart that they felt like home at first sight. This powerful disconnection, though unsettling, is the universe's invitation to rebirth, a chance to step fully into who you were always meant to become. And there you have it, the 7 powerful signs that you're standing at the threshold of your greatest transformation. You've journeyed through questioning deep-seated beliefs, shedding old identities, reconnecting with your intuition, craving personal growth, and breaking free from anything that no longer serves you. Now, I want to hear from you. What's the single most important insight you've taken away so far, and how will you put it into practice in your life today? Share your answer in the comments below. I read every one, and your journey could inspire someone else to take their leap. If you found value in this video, please leave your comment and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more transformative insights.